So today I've had the good fortune, I've got title stuff in the works. I've got a temporary tag to put on this thing, so once it's ready to go down the road, exhaust, you can see, is on the car. Look at that metal rod I used as a hanger. That's secure. It doesn't wiggle much. Tail lights. It's a requirement. Pardon my voice, I'm a little hoarse because I have the hay fevers. Somebody has installed, I'm guessing, some kind of LED conversion. You can see they use some of these crimp couplers, and I can already tell you it's not gonna work. I seen this here, and this is a high resistance sort of situation where they've just twisted the wires around and now they've all corroded. So I'm gonna take a wire brush and take it apart, brush all these wires and spin them back together, and they will work while I test, right? But this connection, and then this connection, and then an additional connection up here, and then another connection here, it's gonna fail. I already know it's not gonna work, so I'm not even gonna turn the battery on until I have it. And then the other side, none of it, it's all bad. It's worse than trailer wiring. Anyways, we're gonna make it work. That's what we're doing in this moment. If we can get lights, tail lights, and maybe turn signals, the wiring to the transmission for the reverse switch is probably super cooked. But we'll work on it, right? We've got all the other stuff we need, like brakes and oh, I need to put the ignition on a toggle switch so I can turn it off and on, and then I need a push button start. It's all wiring. It's all wiring. From here to driving is wiring. So we're gonna get on that today. All right, so this light and this light. Oh, this light. Come on. That's not so bad. That's 3 out of 4. There's just 2 positions, off and on. We get no headlights. Oh, this one comes on. No headlights, but we had headlights before. I don't know what we changed. It's been a while since we had the lights working. So that goes off. There you go. When the key is on, the windshield wiper works. That's really good because that was all burned up. Maybe our problem is, boy, I really should unplug the relay for that fuel pump. I swear I hear a noise. Let's see if it's flashing back here. No. No. That one's flashing. So we got one flash. That's something. It's something. We know the flasher works. Let's try the other direction. It's not even making a noise. Let's see. No. Well, this one was out, so it's not gonna make the rear flashers. Oh, what a debacle. It's in a bad way, folks. It's rough. Let's get this shut off. We've got a lot of issues. Hey, it's better than putting an engine in, right? It's just wiring. We could do it. Look at that. Look how safe this seat is mounted. That's good stuff. It's quick release. I did find the pedal. There's a switch that goes on the pedal right there. It goes on the pedal and the rod for the brake. So when you push the pedal, it pushes the rod and the switch. So that's reconnected, and I put a bunch of fuses in there, and it flashes one direction. So the problem is not a lack of power. And I mean, what are the chances there's anything wrong in this column? None. I mean, that's probably perfect. And let's see, when we turn the ignition on there, the hazard's blinking up in there somewhere. Are any of the lights going? No. No. This one. This is the only light that's really That one, that's a good one right there. All right, well, I'm gonna back this up so we're not in the trees. And then we're gonna start taking stuff apart. If we replace all the bulbs, the flasher's more likely to ding. And then I think we really need to take those housings out. What are they, just regular Phillips? Yeah, regular Phillips screwdriver. We need to take these housings out and see what kind of aftermarket garbage they've got in there. See if we can figure out how to make it do something. Right, for this light here, luckily they've cut us a little access hole. I didn't do that, but I think that's the clearancing from the bigger tires. But that bulb looks, that bulb is not even questionable. That bulb is bad. Push it in, rotate, and then pull, and then see it's got some goop in there to keep it from corroding. Oh, it's 1157, and it's made in China, so you know it's good. Let's see if we can get to the housing of this. That bulb is on. That, I just wiggled that bulb and it came on. That bulb is still also working. This didn't have any bulb in it at all, so I stuck a bulb in it and now it's working. No change to the rear. We got a top bulb. So, you know, that's better. We're moving along. I can put that back together because I know it works. Same with the other side. Got to be quicker than that. Yeah, that nest is alive. They're around. They chased me, and then anyways, I got it out of there, but yikes. They don't want to be relocated, but they got to find a new place to home. Yeah, there he is. Them are the red ones. They sting like hell if they get you. Those nests, it's summer. That's one of the advantages of working when it's freezing arse cold is, yeah, they're asleep, but not today. Someone put in a ground. They just ground it. Whoa, there we go. There's our friend. So I'm guessing this is some kind of LED light. I guess we'll flick this off of here and see what we got. No, it's not. I don't know what they did here. We got anything in here? This is the lights that's not doing anything. No, it looks like a good bulb. So wiring is botched, and I get to enjoy the bees for a little while. Or I could spray toxins. That's always nice. I don't know. I'll let them think about their life choices for a minute. I'll go work over on this side. I bet you I find just about the same thing. There's one of them lovely red wasps, and they've got a nest here too, right there. And so they're flying around my head while I'm trying. Oh, there's a bigger one right there. They don't like me. They don't like me at all today. I haven't got stung yet. They're mad. They're real mad. Madder than a hornet, if you will. I tend to believe maybe somebody had it working because they did the grounds and everything. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to take all that wiring, pull it back, bench test it. Great. Wiring on trailers or old vehicles. See this piece of wire and you want to get a nice clean cut so that this is nice and shiny, right? You cut it off. You strip it back a little ways. Well, I'm doing that. You peel back the insulation and it's still terrible and black. I don't know if you could see that, but it's not shiny. And you could just, you know, polish it up, right? Because it's copper underneath. But I don't think that's the best way, because this is going to be a high resistance wire with all that corrosion in there. And what happens is moisture, or even maybe salty moisture from the winter, it gets in at the terminator when the wire is cracked and it gets in. The moisture wicks in and it gets in here and it corrodes the copper, right? So the outside of all these wires is not as conductive, and they don't conduct across one another. So if one's broken, it becomes dead. So you just keep clipping back till you find good wire. You clip it back a little further, you strip again. and it might be, see, it's a little better, right? So you cut it again, and I know we're getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and it's like, well, who's going to be working on this vehicle? Are you getting rid of it right now, or are you going to be the next person who's stuck, or is your light going to be not bright enough? So this wire's bad. The whole wire, somehow it must have been, you know, installed so that it was facing up like this, and there was no heat shrinking or anything, and water just kept going down in the jacket year after year, right? Sometimes you could just keep nipping them back, but sometimes you got to go all the way to the termination and just replace that wire. See, you can see it's a little bit shinier, but it's pretty garbage. And I'm sorry that this video is blurry, but I think you understand. Sometimes you just got to replace the wire if you want to get good contact and good conductivity. High resistance wire is going to cause voltage drop and a need for greater amperage. It's bad for your fuses, it's bad for your switches, it's bad for your charging system. Wherever this is going, it's not going to work the way you want it to. So get you some new wire. Cut out anything that you find like this, especially on your, you know, on your personal rig. Make it good so that you don't have to mess with it ever again. And then when you're done connecting this, you want to either solder it or shrink wrap it and wrap it in tape and put some anti-goob on it and the whole thing, because stuff like this, these crimpers, they get water in it, and you know, they hold the water in there to corrode, and you're up a creek, you know. So this isn't really, especially, you know, this vehicle, every once in a while it goes underwater. So, or your trailer, maybe you back your trailer underwater, you know, you don't want the lights out, you're trying to enjoy your vacation or whatever, your boating outing, but instead you're working on trailer lights. Get it done, fix it up right. Okay, these two wires, I clipped them back and back and back. I kept clipping off this junk where it's all corroded to get some nice ends, and put new ends, you know, with shrink connector kind of like things, shrinked them down with some heat, and then wrapped them in tape. You know, I'm gonna be the idiot who tries to fix it next time. For some reason there's this extra ground. I don't know why that's there. That could be a problem. Let's see what happens when we hook this up. I'm hoping that we'll get separate turn signals for sure this time. We might even get hazards, I don't know. Let's start with hazards because they didn't work at all. Let's see, they're working up front, this side and that side. We're getting hazards. Let's see, are we getting hazards in the back? Nothing. We're not getting, oh, we're getting a hazard over here. Well, that's pretty neat. Okay, well, there you go. We've got a hazard. This hazard is no blinky. Do I think it's a bulb? No, that bulb looks okay. Do I think it's a ground? I don't know. I don't think it's a ground. Let's check to see what's going on with the do we have, okay, we got flasher on this side. Do we got a flasher on this side? No. What about on this? Well, obviously we wouldn't have it on this side yet. Okay, we should have a flashy. Why no flash? What, not this one. Why no flashy, buddy? It was working before. Let's try the other side. Let's try the other side. We got flashy over here. Okay, we got flashy over here. Now we got flashy over here. So we fixed this side, but this side is is not a workout in any way whatsoever. So there's just wires. Like, why do you put this wire? Factory wiring harness, no, they didn't need that, you know. And this one, why? What's that doing? Where's that coming from? We'll try changing out bulbs and some other random things, and I'll bring it back if I figure out what's going on. This wire that I already fixed is the same as this one over here that's making this one go. And with I get a very faint 0.1 volt signal from this wire, so I'm chasing it back to the belly of the beast. The only thing worse than wiring that doesn't work is intermittent wiring. So this is actually good because it's just bad. So anyways, I already made a connection here to extend this wire that had been mishandled in the past. So we're gonna probe this wire because for some reason there's this factory style 2 into 1. We're going to probe these wires and see if either of these ones has good 12 volt coming out of it. One of them should. So if it's not here, the problem is further up the line. So yeah, so what we do is we take a sharp like ice pick and we spike into this line, and then we can measure to ground, and that will give us, without cutting open the wire, we'll just leave a little hole, and the hole actually should shrink back up, or we can put a dab of something on it to protect it. And that's how we probe the wire to see if it's giving us 12 volts, because there could be corrosion in there or something like that, or maybe the connection that I did earlier, in spite of crimping it, maybe it was no good. Sorry about the flicker, that's LED lights. That's a hazard flasher finally. We've got one over here and one over here. And what I finally had to do was cut out the wire that I put in there, because this green wire, I had no connection at all, and I cut both ends. It's not the wire. One of these crimps that I made was failed 100%. It was no freaking good, so wasted time, and it was my own poor work. It's not the brightest I've ever seen, but I think with a little bit of solder, those joints will, that might be what it's supposed to be on a hazard flasher. I don't know. And I haven't even tried the turn signal yet. Let's try the turn signal. Maybe it will work. I don't know. Okay, turn this off. That's on. Turn signal. Do we get flash over here? We got flash back here. Okay, that fixes it. That section of wire was bad. I cut it out and replaced it with a different bad section of wire because I'm stunned, as they say, apparently. All right. So I know what I need to do. It's getting pretty dark out here, so I may have to finish this up another time, but I do know what needs done, and that feels good. And I evicted some of these some of the wildlife has been evicted. I noticed that instead of being in there, they're in the back of there somewhere, so that's good. And then this ground, see, they were trying to chase down whatever was wrong unsuccessfully, and now I have success. The only thing we don't have is backup lights, and that's because all the wiring for that goes from the column to the transmission is burned up. So that's going to be another episode. See, I traced back to, there's a little bundle of wires, and so I was getting my voltage here, so I just ran a wire straight to the socket side of this untrustworthy plug. And that's what we're gonna do in the end, but we're gonna make a nice connection so it doesn't fail prematurely. And yeah, we're on it. And these other wires, they don't go nowhere. I don't know what they were for. I don't care. They're just getting gone. They were somebody else's attempt to fix a problem. And the problem is they were bridging from the hazard on that side to the hazard on this side, but that was messing up, that was bunging up the turn signals. So now everything works independently like it oughta. Okay, it's a new day, and I don't have any good crimp The crimps I did, they failed, so that's no good. I want to solder, and so to solder, I need electricity, the you know, house current kind of stuff, and that's over there. I think we've got it to where, you know, you put that on there, that gets the fuel pump going, and hopefully the ignition. And then there's a wire down here that goes straight to the starter. We don't need no stinking starter solenoid. It doesn't work anyways. Or maybe it does. The column seems to be working again. Well, I don't know, but let's see. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Let's give it a couple of choke. It doesn't have a choke, so let's give it a couple of, come on now. There's a throttle in here somewhere. Somewhere in here, there's a throttle cable. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, oh, that's not a problem. Not at all. Okay, well, anyways. Let's do the thing again. Whoop. Okay, there you go. Collect your winnings. If you said yeah, Kim, it'll start right up on like the second try. Yeah, it's become pretty predictable at this point. It's not as fun as it used to be. It smells a little. It's good. It's good. It's got a little bit of a miss. We'll just try and get that warmed up out of it. About a giant bird's nest of wiring. We're just trying to get the taillights working. Will she idle now? Yeah, it's good. Let's put the hood down. We'll take her over to the shop and we'll get those lights soldered up, and then we can call it a day because I got live streaming to do tonight. I'll see you Tuesday nights at our green screen presentation type show. Thanks for watching. We'll have this old girl on the road in no time. See you soon. This thing's mint. We might even patch that hole someday. Yeah, and patch that seat. This thing's worth $20,000, $15,000. Check out that dash pad. That's vintage. Check out that headliner. That's nice. Yeah. 15, I'll cut you a deal. 12,000. 12,000, and I keep the tires. Drinking my coffee. Look at that. Cup holder. Oh yeah, hear the hum, the relaxing hum of the. Look at that. I got a original Chilton's manual. Maybe not an original Chilton's manual, but a vintage Chilton's manual. Yep. I think that the reason the headlights aren't working because I think that switch is bad, but I think we can pull the one, hopefully the one in the Ranger is the same. I think it's close enough in year that it is the same. Here we go. We're moving. Look at those speakers. Those are probably Kraco speakers or something. What kind of auto reverse stereo is this? It's Dolby, dual reverse. Oh, that's a Ford factory unit right there. Auto reversing tape deck. Yeah, I'm sure that works. Look, it's got AC. That doesn't, seems like it doesn't work. We'll have that. Here we go. We could drive all around, but I got a lot to do. I got a lot to do. I ain't got time to drive around. As much fun as that'll be, I don't have time to do no ditch bagging. Ditch bagging. Whatever you want to do. Uh-oh, brake lamps are out. Brake lamps are out. I got a warning. Oh no. Up, low fuel, washer fluid, headlamp, brake lamp. Oh no. Oh, it's on. Oh, it's on. Oh, it's on. Hey, check that out. That's pretty neat. I wonder if it does anything. Oh, we're learning. the police, if they want to pull you over and harass you, they always look for your lights, right? So this one is a little bit, but it's there, you know. But this other one, it didn't have a cover. Maybe I could show you here. This other light here, see, the housing's all, and it's just blown out, right? So that parts rig over there, I was able to extract a pretty nice one, but I can't get the wiring out. I had to remove this particle here. This thing, it lays in here, but then this strip holds it down, so I had to take that out. So you know how it goes, is everything's layered on top of everything. So now that I got this, I get to see the beauty that is this Ford. And I notice, and I shouldn't look, I should close your eyes if you have a weak stomach here, but that cab mount, that body mount, might need a little work. All right, 11K is as low as I'll go. I know what I got. This one, this one's still hanging on. Oh yeah, that's safe. That's not, yeah. Anyways, so we're gonna do the right thing, as they say, and vomit. Pretend we didn't see that today. We'll just circle around and get this on the body swap. Anyways, let's get the lights working. That's what we're supposed to be doing. I'm gonna change out that receptacle with one that I stole from the parts vehicle. I'm gonna put the new housing in. Let's see if it goes. If it makes the click, it'll be very satisfying. Let's listen. Nope, no click. But it's in there. How come on the other vehicle you can't get it out, but when it goes in this one, it just falls out? Anyways, it's in there. That will illuminate the license plate, and we will be 100% legal. Now, all of these connections, this connection here, this connection here, there'll be a connection here and underneath the reg way down there, and then there'll be this connection and connection here. They're all going to get soldered. I brought out the soldering station. I'm even going to shrink wrap them because I only want to do this once this season. Next season, I'm sure, you know, it might not even last. I might not even last till next season. So that's my task for this afternoon. Oh, look at the pretty flower. Squirrel. Isn't that's lovely? Look at the little bugs. I gotta get a... that's lovely. See, I feel restored. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta look at the flowers. Stop and smell the roses. All right. Back to this pile of Ford. All right, here's for the real ones. That's no corrode soldering paste, regular. It's not even in a metal tin. This is a plastic one, $1.49. Calculate inflation on that price. Tell me how our economy's doing based on that. Put our trim back in so no one can see what it is, and then I put the sockets in, but I lost the bolts. They're in my pocket of whatever jeans I was wearing yesterday because I'm not very bright. So I gotta find those. These lights come on. I changed out this switch because it wasn't working, but I guess the 87 versus the 85 is not the same different switch, even though it looks almost the same. There's different wires, and in the process of And then I burned myself because the switch, this rheostat in here got super hot, because maybe the wires are different, but maybe it's some other reason. But in the process, the old switch started working again, which now it has 2 clicks instead of 1. And now I got these sick dopey dog lights. Now I have lights. Yeah, those are my lights. Those are low beams. Somehow there's high beams, but I'm not even going to try that. So I have headlights. That's all I needed. Gonna take a long walk back to the house, fill my coffee cup, and see what I did with the retainer screws for the rear lights. Maybe we'll go for a ride. I don't really want to take it on the road. I'm afraid of it. Oh, I have a wheel bearing that needs an adjustment. So maybe while it's sitting there in front of the shop, if we have enough hours, maybe we'll do that. Now that I absolutely scorched my finger on a shorted wire, it's no bloody slice or gouge in my hand, but it'll remind you that you're awake. It's working more of it is working. I don't know if it's working correctly, or anyways, we'll find out more about wire. I'm sure we'll revisit the wiring because I did it again. But I left myself a nice soft pitch here. Needs hub bearings. I discovered there was something going on here, so I'm gonna Buff Del Campo took the aluminum jack, so I'm gonna have to use this conglomeration of things to hopefully lift, and then I'll show you why. When I was in here, when I changed the tire, I discovered there was something not real good happening here. The tripod for this camera is in Buff Del Campo's car, locked in the trunk from our trip to see Dallas Brown. Check out that video. And so I'm just gonna stick you in some kind of awkward position. You could see this wheel. Maybe you could see. That's not, you know, it's not supposed to do that. And it's not the ball joints. It's not the ball joints. It's not the steering. Here, maybe you can see from this angle. It's not the ball joints. It's not the steering. So how you do that is you take these bolts off and take all this apart and tighten it. And we'll check it and repack the bearings, perhaps. Put you back here. You can be way down on the ground. That's what you get for not reminding me to remember to tell Buff Del Campo. We had a good time, but that really wore him out. We haven't really done nothing since we got back. It's been days. He's just hardly functional. I got a little bit of stuff done. Wiring, crawling underneath this car is no picnic either. But I've been going at it. I thought he'd be out here today, but he said, I gotta lay down. I don't feel well. I might have to go back to doing just Kim fixes things if I can't get him to help. Decided a couple years ago that viewership being so low, maybe what we should do is just combine our efforts. So this just slides off of here. The bearing is right there. You can see if you look just right, you can see it move. It's hard to see, but it's moving, right? So the first thing we want to do is, I'm gonna wipe this all down because you can't see a darn thing yet. And I got this wiped down a little bit. Now, what my understanding is I gotta take this one off. This is a locking nut, and then the inner one is and then these washers are for the drive shaft. See how loose the drive shaft is? Well, the drive shaft engages into the hub. That seems really loose. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, but that's not what we're fixing right now, so we're just gonna hope. I don't know, that's for future Kim, this problem. I need something to take that lock ring off. come off. It's springy. That might do it. If I get it right. There. Yeah. Let's see. Keep it from flying across the room. Yep. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on, you know you want to come out of there. What's holding you in? What's holding it in? It's practically there. No? No. There it goes. Perfect. Lovely. Huh? Retainer there. Put that on the paper towel so when we kick, when it sticks to our foot. Okay. There you go. There's a couple of washers. They got teeth in them. Yep. Now wipe this out so we can see. Let's see if we can get this to move, this locker. No. How about this? What if we use this? What if we use this as our mover? We'll grab on. No. No, it's not working. Come on. You gotta go. There's probably a tool specifically for this that I don't know about right now. The comments will teach me about. Come on. Come on. It's just supposed to be a retaining locker. I see something happening. Okay. Boy, that was retained. Getting looser. Yep. This is probably not the way to do this, but it's working. Okay. Now, I got this one loosened. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, I looked this up on the YouTube because I'll bring you in closer. Because this will trick you if you didn't know. If you didn't know. Because there's a couple of things happening here. It's tricky. But this outer locking ring, it doesn't need to be this so damn tight. But somebody decided it did. But it doesn't really need to be. Because what it's doing, it's just holding this washer here. This washer, see, it's got it keys into the shaft, right? So it can't spin. So it just needs held. And then it has all these little dots, right? All these little dots, they align to some kind of, don't align to nothing. Oh, there they go. Yeah, here, I'll take it all the way off so you can see. Let me first see how much. Oh yeah, there's a whole, well, that was a quarter turn to seat the bearing. Okay, I want to take this off though so you could see. Yeah, it was loose. So, I don't know, that bearing's probably cooked, but I don't know if I want to take it off today. Might just tighten it up enough to work and send it for a little bit. There's definitely got plenty of grease in here. I'm doing extra work here that I didn't need to do, so you can understand. So I hope you appreciate it. Okay, this one goes on first, and it's got the pin, right? And you put it on, you set your bearing load, okay? Once your bearing load is, once it's all the way down and the bearing load is set, right? You stick this keyway. See, this lines up to the little key, the little slot in the shaft, right? And then you sort of massage it a little bit until it finds one of these holes, and then you put the keeper one on there. And you don't have to put the keeper one. I don't know what the torque spec is, but it's not a zillion foot-pounds, so maybe don't do that. But yeah, that's how that whole mechanism works. That's how all that works. God, I'm so covered in grease you don't even know. So be ready be ready to get covered in grease. That's how it goes together. If you ever get one of these in a bucket, or if you take it all apart and you don't realize that one of them's got the little pin and the little thing, and you don't know how this whole thing, you're like, what the heck is going on here? That's what all that's about, right? So to really, all you got to do is take that, you got to take it all apart kind of to adjust it, but it isn't really that hard or complicated, right? So now you put this down. See, this pin was down and now it's most of the way up. It's almost a quarter turn tighter. Oh, there's even more tighter. Okay, we're not gonna pound on it. We're just gonna tap till it gets a little bit tight. See, it's going a little ways here. Oh, but the bearing play is pretty much out of it. I don't even smoke. I don't know where this cough is coming from. There it is. Okay, now it's set in the hole. That was it's almost half a turn. Now we put the retainer back on. We do not have to put it in. It's so hard that it could never, I mean, it just to be in there well enough that it seats. All those other parts do the work, but whatever. Do what makes you feel good, I guess. Key on the washer keeps the inner from moving, and now it doesn't want to move. Doesn't want to move. I'm good. Now the hardest part is going to be there's a washer here, and then there's this clip, and we got to make sure this clip goes in here. We probably have to push from the back a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We got all the space in the world now. Now we just have to put that back on. Whoop. Now we just have to put this back on. I think if I do it just right, don't grab on those splines too hard because I don't want to make a mark. Come on. There it goes. It's on there. That's it. That's all it needs to do. We'll smooge some of this extra grease back in there because that's where it should go. It's in there. That's how you want it, all packed full, I guess. I don't know. And that's how we found it, so we'll put it back just that way. I don't know, there's some magic going on in there, but it's full of grease. We'll just assume that, I mean, it worked before. Look at that. Look at that. It's magic. Magic. Okay, thanks, Ford. Guys, I think that's it. You've seen people put tires on before. That should take all the slop out of that, and all these other joints are perfect. Nothing wrong with anything else here. It's all good. There's a little clearance issue right there and right there. That's okay. It's just truck driving. We won't worry about that. Yeah, the rest of it is perfect. So don't even think about it. Don't even look at it. As long as the wheel don't come off, we're doing good. I mean, this is a good, you see this rig is well serviced. It's in good shape. That gotta be replaced pronto. But like you can see, look how much metal there still is here. It's in good shape, you know? And where the metal is bad, there's carpeting keeping the water out, you know? It's good. Look, 10.5 is my low, and you're lowballing me at 10.5. You know you're lowballing me. This thing's worth 20 grand. That's just some seam sealer there. We'll have that back to like new, you know? They all got that. They had that. That was Ford factory rust.